All right. So we're back. Episode 2.
Or something.
Yes.
Turn down the in-game volume, right?
Mostly. Hold on. Quick. Yes, this one. There's our quick save. All right. Here we go. I stepped outside. What? Fuck. What just happened? Oh, scroll wheel.
Go back.
You have scroll wheel.
I have scroll
You
wheel.
have super scroll wheel power.
That's... Okay.
Did you not see that text amongst all the other texts that existed way at the start of the game? I mean, I know
Okay,
a lot of text.
we're gonna cut all of this. It's all gonna get cut.
So much cutting.
Alright, we're back. Second episode. Alright, I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I had already found the similarities between their world and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life, except in fanfic.
Presumably it was before, otherwise we wouldn't have legends about them.
I mean, maybe. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. We'll see if they thought of that. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent, talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator. But given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. New character? New character!
Yeah.
It was a rather...
It's Tim's turn with the character's male.
It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be.
It's a
Oh
girl.
my goodness, she's adorable.
She's my favorite.
Oh my god, we're gonna date her.
Date her. I'm your girlfriend and I'm telling you, date her.
I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Damn it, that means we probably can't date her. Fuck.
No, they gave a picture of her. I think we'll find out later.
I mean, I'm sure she's a character. Doesn't mean she's a romance interest.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab.
I guess we're not talking to her yet, though, because she ran away.
She just ran off.
He's
Sebastian.
eating a cake pop.
He was not prepared.
He was still settling the tab. God, Zod.
I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. I hope you don't mind.
It's not my money.
How nice of you. Maybe?
Yeah. How nice
Well,
of you.
not the middle one. That's the important part.
Actually, I totally mind. How dare you treat waitstaff with respect?
God, you'd be such an asshole in the game.
You could, yeah. All right. How nice of you.
In any case, now that you got the blah 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 blah. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Resonance generator, you're free for today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town.
I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Reza's words, I wanted to be careful and not stray too far without knowing more about this world first.
To the library.
Damn it,
Books!
Violet.
I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, no?
I'll just accompany you back then.
Thanks, Dad.
You're gonna sneak out.
There we are.
Home sweet home, for now at least.
Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside till my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
What's the other shift?
Yeah, I wonder.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
I
I'll be back later.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia. Hashtag I'm out. Alright. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know.
Eat shrimp.
Like the fish.
Get high.
After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles?
Yeah, it's not a very common word.
But yes, it is a word.
What is
It means edible things.
Yeah, what do you think from the context?
Comer. The verb comer means to eat.
Okay, sure. Apparently it's a word.
Yeah.
I've been informed that it's a word. Who am I to argue? All right. So the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us, which was not an issue at all with the strange-looking fish that we'd never seen before. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. Books. Well, I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing. I had to give up after just a few pages due to an exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment.
Oh my God.
It's written by the writing equivalent of that Aliens guy on the History Channel.
In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for their own nefarious purposes.
Basically,
it's Indiana Jones.
Remy is a huge human fanboy.
Apparently.
And
Remy is actually a huge nerd.
yeah.
Wood shock.
While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home.
Oh.
I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I had come from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a glow. Tim, do you have an opinion?
Would you like to share with the class?
Oh God.
A pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring.
That was a hell of a run on.
That was...
Oh my
that's
God,
fine.
something is happening.
Ooh,
Oh my goodness.
it's a delivery dragon.
He's kind of adorable too.
He
Yeah.
is. He's so cute.
Who's reading for this guy?
Tim, I think.
Oh.
Hello there. Would you please sign here?
Tim reads for everyone with hats.
That's the goal.
I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I?
I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation.
I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza.
Of course.
He works fast. There you go.
I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
How dare you?
Right.
Oh God.
You're talking to yourself.
To argue with himself.
What is this about?
I'm just making small talk.
Wait a minute, I recognize you. You tried to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you serious for your inappropriate behavior towards your clients.
We're a client now?
Well, yeah.
But it's important. Please, just let me talk to Zani for a few minutes.
How do you know my name? I guess it was probably on the letter.
Yeah.
You know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities.
Help me out here, Zani. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you?
But are you a reporter? I thought you were a delivery guy.
Then you should talk to me. Otherwise,
Hey.
someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with.
I think that, he
Let me
aspires
show
to be a
you something.
reporter. He's not one yet.
The small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages.
I think I lost it.
I'm pretty sure that's a felony.
Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look like nothing like you. It's crazy.
Oh my god, I found another fanboy. What are you, Lorem? A reporter?
You were warned that it would all be fake.
No, I'm just...
You want me to remove him, Zani?
Is what he is saying true?
Yeah, I guess.
I see. That sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here, and maybe I'll call you later, but that's all I can promise.
Thank you so much.
He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands.
It's another dragon number, yeah.
Alright, you got what you wanted off of me now.
There he goes. I thought I was adding unnecessary sound effects, but apparently I wasn't adding anything unnecessary at all.
Oh my god, he turned into a deranged elf.
Please stop the squealing at once. I'm still listening to his words and his thoughts, and it's hurting my...
Go away, Mavers.
I cannot
Sorry
go
about
on.
that.
Don't worry about it.
I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was also still holding Raisa's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting.
Which was plain.
Yes. When I started reading, however, I saw his wording was so full of the pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was faked as to conceal its true intent. He did say it would be in code. He did mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, that he still relied on me to remember what it was that I was missing. Or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own.
What's the first letter of each word?
This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. It's that HMDY. HMDF is not a word, so
No.
I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there is so much we should talk about, since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I'll be looking forward to your replies soon. Alright.
Okay, so it's not the first letter of each line or of each sentence either.
Yeah, I was checking that. If there's a code here, I'm not seeing it. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't think this is a code that we're meant to actually solve.
No, probably not.
Best regards, Reza. Alright. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately.
Yeah.
Hey look, at least our character is, like, not completely dense. But I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within its array of letters and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully.
Between the lines.
Read between the lines.
Lines, of course. Maybe I was supposed to read between them? I didn't have an implement on me with which I would have been able to read fine print. Though with this handwritten letter, I doubted Reza could have done anything of the sort.
Let's look elsewhere for hints. What's on the envelope?
Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given an apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right objects to decode the message. There are many everyday items here, though, and of course I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for.
Turn off the lights.
Bookshelf?
Kitchen.
Kitchen?
Kitchen.
Kitchen. Are we looking for invisible ink?
Mm-hmm.
Fridge? Entry, fridge. Plenty of stuff in here.
It's living in an unlabeled
It's
container.
inside of an egg.
It's an unlabeled container with some sort of white liquid inside. Well, here is nothing.
Maybe it's milk.
It's salty. Why would I drink it? Why would I get an achievement for that?
It's white
Hey.
and salty,
You
huh?
got an achievement. Congratulations.
Oh my god.
What? I'm not saying that he keeps weird stuff in his fridge, but maybe he keeps weird stuff in his fridge.
We're moving on from this. Alright, look at the milk. Pasteurized. At least they've got that down. Meat. Just a slab of meat. Nothing special about it.
Let's find that it's inside an egg.
It's not inside an egg. Nope. Just a regular egg. Oh, we can keep doing it. We can crack as many eggs as we want.
Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
No, I'm not playing that game.
Alright, what's in the pantry, I guess?
Just some fruits and veggies here. Oh my god.
Lemon.
Lemons.
That's what I wanted you to find. That's why I said kitchen.
Of course. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. In the most boring detail, of course. A message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried, but after heating it gently, oxidation occurs, making the message visible.
Hashtag science.
I was sitting next to him in class when he learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test. I replied by saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m. was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go out to meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. Afterwards, I resumed reading my books about the continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts.
They belong in museums.
Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end, with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel.
Of course.
Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way, otherwise, but I could still see the portal in the distance. And apparently, Sebastian just left and been like, well, he'll be fine all alone in the dark.
Shift ended.
Yeah, I shifted and they're like, nobody needs to watch him at night.
That's when humans sleep, right?
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't know that.
Well, that's what the legends say.
Hey, you don't know that at all.
Safest at night.
As I was walking, I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep?
No,
It's
you
only
just
10
got
p.m.
done.
They're all at a secret cult meeting.
They're all in a secret cult meeting, just deciding which of them gets the liver. Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal, his fidgeting making it obvious that he had waited just for me. I was already wondering whether you'd get it at all.
Guess I did.
What a wonderful night it is. Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here, without all the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Almost as if we were looking right in the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place. We had to find the portals back on Earth, clearly. What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time? For one, because we're sending the generator home. Right. Before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of the portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep in contact with us and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day.
In the middle of the night?
I guess. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us, since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and the generators, we were basically stuck here. As for the other, do you know what this place is? It's a world of dragons, where they're Are we going somewhere with this? You said something about trouble. How much danger are we in, really? More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon, and we better not be here when it happens. That's
what?
Ominous. What?
Like,
Yes, I totally know what you're. What? What are you talking about?
do you think that they're going to nuke the portal?
I mean, that seems unlikely. I hoped you'd see it too, but then it took me a while to understand, and I had a head start on you. In any case, while he was speaking, my gaze wandered. What? What? This is the part I find boring and uninteresting? I'm about to drop the bomb on you on why we're going to blow up this whole planet. It doesn't seem interesting. Oh, where's what those nice buildings? My gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby.
It's that kid from before.
Maybe. It was
That's my
hard.
bet.
It was hard to make out anything, but I imagine it might just have been wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery, except for the fact that there was no wind. Reza. This might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night. Reza, look. He turned around to face whatever I was seeing. He squinted hard before he called out. You! How dare you follow me, even here?
Neighbors.
The disturbance came closer, until it became clear that it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen in on our conversation.
Told you, he could always hear you. I knew you were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack?
God, you two deserve each other.
Right.
Wait a minute. There's no reason for...
Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe, and I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You'll have to come with me to the police station now, both of you.
Oh my god.
Come on, I think you're over...
What
fuck.
Fuck.
Oh, fuck, you're not overreacting anymore. Hold on. Whoop.
What
All
are
right.
you?
I'm trying to read the...
Scroll back to a point where you can click, and then click. Don't scroll again.
That makes sense. Come on. What?
Do it again.
No, I didn't do anything. It goes up on its own.
Yeah.
I think you're overreacting, but we'll come with you if it'll help in any... Yeah, it goes on its own. I didn't click shit.
Yeah, the situation's a bit out of control here.
Reza, what are you doing? Come on, Zani. Let's get out of here. There he goes. Bye.
Adios.
Oh, he fucking shot him.
Yeah, there was a
apparently.
shooty noise.
He didn't even just pull. He just fucking shot him.
I mean-
Holy shit. Well, I guess we're going to need to find someone new for you to voice, Alex.
This escalated quickly.
Anyway, read the text.
On the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated his hide, a trickle of blood staining his dark scales in the earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat and I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with his thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. A deafening roar battered in my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay down on the ground, panting.
I'm still watching you, you know, and you better not move for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I will fail, but I'm not going to admit that. I can promise whatever. It doesn't matter.
It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was two dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other one I didn't know. I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me.
Dragon?
Oh,
That looks like Sergeant.
he's a police dragon.
Yeah.
He's Sebastian's boss.
Yeah.
Totally.
Alex, you want to take this one or shall I?
I think Maverick's going to survive, so it's your turn.
All right. Hey, kid, you all right? I'm a little dizzy.
Yeah.
I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened?
I'd go with the middle one.
Yeah. Let's try and distance ourselves from Reza as much as possible, perhaps.
Yeah.
Is that so? His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation.
Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness, at any rate.
Well, that's just brilliant.
What do you think, Chief?
Zani, can you walk? Yeah, I think so. All right, Sebastian, take Zani to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza.
Right on. Come on, Sonny, I'll help you up.
I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. I would not be able to sleep if I'd just witnessed that. That is some
There's some PTSD fuel.
The next day I awoke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. It didn't take very long, though, before the doorbell rang. Did Bryce, the chief of police, take it upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again. Are you surprised? No, but I guess it'll mean bad news. Afraid so. How are you holding up? Better than yesterday, that's for sure. Let's go for a walk then, shall we? Sure. This time I was taken along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza. Yeah, we hoped he would have come back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him. No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before. There's that, too. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this... How is he, by the way? Oh, Maverick is doing fine, but there is plenty of blame to go around. You're right, they didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that? No, he only told me something was going to happen, not that he was planning anything. At least, that was the impression I got. He's suspecting you too, by the way, that you both planned this all from the beginning. Well, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Suspicious fuck. Like, what do you expect?
No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would we go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea. You have a good point. I believe you, but from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out fine. If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you this won't be taken lightly.
Yeah, that was basically police brutality.
It attack him. I could pull out the big guns.
Yeah.
To you.
I don't think I want to threaten the Dragon Police Chief on the Dragon World with no way back to my own world. That sounds like a bad plan.
Yeah.
I think they both just would. I mean, yeah, we're just gonna give them the benefit of the doubt for now. I think. Maybe. We still have quite a lot of our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis. Maybe Reza will still show up soon, and we can get all of this behind us.
Yeah, well, it probably would have been better if Maverick hadn't shown up, because then you could have found out what Reza was talking about and reported to Sebastian.
Right?
Yeah, but that's too easy.
Right. I hope so, too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident. Yeah, how about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panicking about this already, right? I'm really nodded in agreement. Where are we now?
Books.
Police chief? Books? Eventually, we arrived at the police station, where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much of anything that preceded yesterday's events, or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat by his table, waiting and listening to the goings-on of the small provincial town police department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensured that I couldn't make out from my position. Ensued that I couldn't make out from my position. This went on for a bit until Bryce returned to me. Afraid I have more bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect. What the fuck? Murder? I don't think Maverick's dead. Is someone else dead?
Someone else is dead, obviously.
Oh, fuck. We're headed to the crime scene. Hoped you'd come with us. Me? The crime scene? I don't really know much about forensics.
But you are the greatest expert on humans in this entire world.
That's true. It's just that you're the only link to Reza we have. Consider what he said would happen to us. It's in all of our interests that we find him as soon as possible. And if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him.
Don't be a cute pink dragon.
Yeah, your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday. Will you help us?